will be here. Mina Harris, who I don't know if you guys remember, I talked to you guys before about how accomplished will be here. Mina Harris, who I don't know if you guys need an award for is one. She is such an amazing person. So like I'm literally, I don't know if it will end up this way because the camera people are kind of like have different ideas, but the woman in charge of this event is like, you can sit next to Mina, sit right here. That's why I'm sitting here and not moving. I will, in fact, be sitting next to Mina. What's her niece? Yeah. Sorry, what did I say? Let me look. Yeah, that's what I meant. It's Maya's daughter. Yeah, Maya's daughter, Mina. So at 3:50, so at 3:55, people are going to enter. No, oh no, I'm facing away from you. This is literally the smallest room. There's going to be about 10 people in here. The cameras, how small the room is. So Mina, who is Maya Harris, Kamala's sister's daughter, Mina. It's all happening, people. It's all happening. And at 3:55, they're going to bring people in the room, like place everyone. So everyone. So I need to make sure my phone is off. Don't be that. We're waiting on America Ferrera to arrive, and Mina Harris. Sorry, I'm on the Wi-Fi. I don't know what to tell you. We're all on the Wi-Fi connection in this house. I mean, I could try my data. Anyways. And then we're going to begin. It's just a small, intimate room. It's a fireside chat about reproductive rights. I know. Okay, you guys can hear me. So I'm just going to start from the beginning one more time. So this is the room. It's just it's a small room. Like there's just this couch. Allegedly, Mina's sitting here, and I'm going to sit next to her, which is crazy. And America Ferrera will be here. We're only allowed to film, I think, the first 3 questions, because then there's going to be some unscripted questions. And I think for the campaign, it's just better that, don't want to be live streaming unscripted questions. Who knows what could happen there. But as long as I can stream and take you guys along for the ride, I will be doing so. So yeah, let's enjoy this now. So again, we're just at a private residence. We are waiting to begin, waiting for America Ferrera and Mina Harris, Kamala's niece, to get here. And there will be a few people, it's a very intimate room. And then we'll be talking about reproductive rights, which I feel very prepared to do, thanks to Danielle. I know, America and Mina, like, does it get any better than this? Yeah, well, at 3:55, they're going to start bringing people in this room. It really depends on America Ferrera and Mina Harris. Because I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think they had events earlier, like at ASU and stuff. So it depends on when they arrive. But, like, the camera people are here. This is very, like, professional sound, audio, waiting for the arrival. Then they'll bring everyone in this room that I'm in now, alone. And they'll place everyone, and then we'll get going. And like I said, there's 3 scripted questions that I'm allowed to stream at the beginning, and then I'll stop streaming after that. I'm not sure if I'll be allowed to record. I'll ask Jana Elise when I see her again, but I'm not sure, but just live streaming will be cut off at that point. Oh, they're doing it right now. It's getting quiet in the other room. So I'm going to sit down and be quiet. Okay, they're giving people directions in the other room. They are bringing people in, and I think they're going to start placing them. Again, let's enjoy this.
Once everyone's here.
Again, sorry, I'm just listening to the camera people talking about miking people and everything. It's really interesting. So again, I'm not sure. I can only live stream through the first 3 questions, and then I need to stop. And I guess I'll be sitting next to Mina Harris, so maybe I'll just be like, I don't know. I'm gonna try to keep it classy. You know what I mean? Trying to keep it classy and not like just be like, can I have a hug? But yeah, I think this will be a pretty short event. They were going to be filming for like 40 minutes, I think. And we're going to just do a short talk on reproductive rights with 2 amazing women. Isn't this crazy? America Ferrera is going to be here. This room is like tiny. Like I thought it would be small, but this room is small AF. It's just gonna be a few people in here. I know, this is literally crazy. Guys, like and share the live. Tap the screen. Appreciate the support. Oh, people are coming in. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. I do not know.
They're going to help kind of get this place seated. But go ahead and take a seat, and then we'll maybe make some moves.
So find a happy spot, and then we'll see who's in frame, not in frame, or can't move anybody. But welcome. And like you guys are here.
So everyone's sitting down.
For those who don't
For
want
now.
to be in the shot, these seats back here.
If we don't want to be
Everyone's coming in now.
There's a bench over here on the left by that double window.
Oh, this is for that. May I sit in between here, or is that?
Oh yeah.
That camera's going to pick
We might really do it together.
Well, try to minimize the amount of people in the back here.
I have a battery. People look beautiful. Like, this was supposed to be casual campaign where everyone looks pretty beautiful.
There's a bench over here, which will be in camera, and then here's some seats.
We have some bench seats back over there. We have one more seat back over there.
There's one. Oh, I love that.
Oh, that is a cat hair from Charles Sanders. You just find what you want.
Hey guys. Yeah, yeah, just again an update. We're just waiting for Mina Harris and for America Ferrera to arrive. They've been doing campaign events. They're having people coming in and placing people and making sure if everyone is within frame. I'm allowed to stream for the first 3 questions that are planned, and then when the questions become unscripted, live streaming stops. So, just to be clear, again, I'm just going to give you guys a shot of what's going on. People are coming in and sitting down. Tons of energy in the room, super excited. Tons of feminine energy in the room, loving this. Well, this is being recorded and then it's going to be distributed. I don't think it's being live streamed. That's what they're saying, because the questions are unscripted, they don't want live streaming during it. So that's why the first 3 questions are scripted. You can stream during that time, and then after that, streaming gets cut down, and then again, they'll edit, zhuzh it up as they would like, and then it will be released. And I'll let you guys know. As soon as it's available and distributed, I'll get Jaina Elise to give me a copy, and I will make sure to obviously clip it and put things up. Thank you for subscribing. Amazing. I know. Here, let me do dual camera. Why am I not doing that? That's a better idea. Give me a second. Again, tiniest room. We're just waiting for America Ferrera and Mina Harris to arrive. I know. This is pretty beautiful. Hello, this is...
What up? So Manuel, videographer today. What up?
Yeah, this
Get
is
out
the
and vote.
literal-
Get out and vote.
This is the cameraman. This is the man making it all happen. I'm Felice.
Feliz? Manuel, mucho gusto. All right. I'm sitting in for somebody else to be here, so we're getting camera ready.
Yeah.
And you're camera ready already.
Thank you so much. That's so
Awesome.
sweet. Describe the vibe? I don't know. It's a little quiet, a little tense, lots of anticipation. I'm nervous, but I think it's just because the event's so small and we're all sitting here waiting for something. Like, you know, we're waiting for America Ferrera and Mina Harris to come, which will be pretty remarkable. And again, there's only about 20 people here, so it's super special, super intimate. It's just an amazing experience.
We're gonna have you guys shift this way if you don't mind. Thank you so much. Oh gosh. Do you want me to put any of that?
Oh no, it's just a battery.
Are you sure?
I got it.
Okay. And then we'll have you all shift. Keep shifting. Yeah. Thank you. One more.
That's yours.
Thank you.
All right. We're gonna have someone see.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how you can see my thumb. I can't see it. Thank you so much. again, I can only stream for the first 3 questions. Oh, I kind of want to sit. No, I don't know if someone's sitting in these chairs. Because I could probably get a better view if I could sit there, but those probably... They're just moving people. Like, they're like, you two switch. It's like class photo day. It's actually not that loud in here. It might sound loud in here, but it's also awkwardly quiet at the same time, if that makes sense. Manuel's checking out the environment, making sure everyone's placed correctly. He's moving people around. It literally is like class picture day. I have the, sorry about that. I have the battery for my phone. I'm just trying to stuff the battery for my phone in the couch. How does one get an invite to this? Well, I am part, I do just influencer work for the campaign. So this is Arizona. So this is a battleground state. Obviously, it's quite important. But yeah, like when there are campaign events like this, my job is to be here and stream it and take you guys along for the ride. 30, exactly. We can sleep when we're dead. We only have a few days, right? 38. Is it 38 or 39? Oh my gosh, it's getting more quiet. I think I'm going to take the light off. Let me see. Yeah, there's enough natural light in here because it's a little intrusive. So, sorry, I keep covering the other camera. Just going to take the light off because I want it to be as natural as possible and me not having a giant light on. I know, super tired. And I'll be back here on Sunday they're holding another event here. So this is, I know, I think there's like the unboxing event, the Hotties for Harris merch. I think that event is here as well. So I'll be back here on Sunday. Who is coming to that event? I'm not sure who will be here on Sunday. I'm not sure, just I will be. But, so again, let me see if I can get you guys a better view. Let me switch the camera. Just live streaming for the event. So you guys can get an idea of how small the event is. You can get an idea of how small the event is. There's only about 20, 25 people in the room. And we're just waiting for America Ferrera and Mina Harris to arrive. And I'm pretty sure they'll be sitting right here. See these 2 chairs right in front of me? They'll be sitting there. I'm allowed to film for the first 3 scripted questions. And then after that, I need to stop streaming because we're not going to be filming the unscripted questions, right? They will be filming them, but they will edit this first. Yes, I know. Isn't this exciting? It's such an amazing opportunity. It's awesome to be here. If you haven't read up on Mina Harris, Kamala's niece, read up on her. She's quite impressive. Yes, tap the screen, you guys. Share the live. Let's get to 100K. We're just, again, waiting on Kamala's niece and America Ferrera to arrive so we can talk about reproductive rights in an intimate setting. I know, Mina is the best. I read her, like her Wikipedia is the most fascinating thing. I know. I believe technically this is Scottsdale. We're in Scottsdale, Arizona. That's why it looks so nice. If you know anything about Arizona, I live in Phoenix. This is Scottsdale. Again, I think we're pretty much all set up. We're just waiting. Me? Okay, they're calling me over.
Can you pause for a second?
Yeah.
So just trying to understand your role here. Are you going to be doing recording the whole
I
time?
talked to Jane Elise. She said the first 3 questions are scripted. So stream through the first 3 questions, and then once she will be streaming during that period as well in the back is what she told me. And then she said after the first 3 questions, she'll give me a signal and drop the stream.
Okay. That's only concern. Like it's.
Oh, don't worry, I'm
it's
not.
so distracting. Because it's so visible. So I know what you're doing. So I just want to make sure. Can it be minimized a little bit more?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
But it will be over, as I understand it. She
Okay,
said 3 scripted questions and then stop. Unless I don't have to be waving the camera right now, if you get what I'm saying.
Yes. Okay. All right. Where did she go? So
Jana?
yeah, Jane Elise. Where did she go?
I'm not sure.
What are you looking for?
Jana.
I just talked to her. She said that we're good to move you in a spot where like you feel like you can do your job. That's not like right in the front.
Okay, well, if I'm dropping the stream anyways after the first 3 questions, am I okay to sit there during that?
I'm not the one to answer that question.
Hey, I have a quick question.
Yes, sorry.
My
No, I'm just saying. So what Jana said was to stream for, and again, I can just be discreet, but she said the first 3 questions are scripted,
Yeah.
and then stream through that, and then
Yes.
after that, just turn.
You are correct.
Okay.
You're correct. Yes. I'm just trying to find a spot for you where you can best stream that. That's not right in the front.
Okay,
So what we might want to do is move someone from the corner of the couch over there, and then have you sit there. Or you could even maybe go where this lady in the white top is. What do you think?
in the chair, that would be more convenient for me, for sure.
If you're
I
gonna
feel-
get a better shot there, what do you think about that?
Just make sure the hand doesn't go above your
Just like-
headline. So yeah.
Gotcha.
Because then the camera will phase into it.
So you're saying the chair with the woman in the white t-shirt?
Yes,
Yes.
and then the chair, the
then
white
she could
t-shirt
sit.
goes there, and then Mina's on the edge.
Yep.
Okay, and I just need to get my stuff that's behind that pillow.
I think that that's gonna be a problem for Mina and Mina sitting next to each other.
That's where Jana
let me see
originally
this.
told me to sit.
Okay.
But then someone asked me to scoot over, so I scooted.
How can I help you?
So I have to leave at 4:15. So I'm wondering if we're still going to be filming at that time. If I should not sit where I'm sitting.
We might be, but it should. It might be fine.
Okay.
One of the
I'm just gonna move my. I'm just gonna. Maybe can I just go?
Yeah.
I just need to get. I have stuff behind that pillow that I just need to grab real quick. Thank you. It's way too much stuff. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm tangled on you.
it's all good.
You have you right here.
And I'll just look at me. Watch me. Like,
Because you're gonna have Mina sitting right here.
yeah.
We can't help but protrude.
Would it be better if I would just scoot this way?
What could you do it from back here?
Or do you just want to see the city council?
Oh no, I'm.
Can I have you move one seat back?
Okay, and then me there. Okay. Could you hold this for just 1 second? Thank you.
And then you want.
Talk to them, Manuel.
Thank you. Sorry.
So much. Appreciate your flexibility. Thank you. Not at all. There you go. For you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Perfect. Okay, this is much better. I know, this is a much better view.
Is it a better?
Yeah, oh yeah. No, yeah, we're absolutely perfect. Again, so sorry for people who have joined. We're just at a fireside chat for reproductive rights. We're just waiting on America Ferrera and Mina Harris to join us, and then there's just going to be a small chat on reproductive rights. It's super intimate, predominantly women in the room. I don't know how well. I think Mina Harris is sitting right there in this seat, right in front of us. So it'll be pretty cool. And then again, just so you guys know, there's 3 scripted questions at the beginning, and then after that, I will be dropping the stream. So you guys won't get to see the whole thing because only the scripted questions can be streamed live, and then obviously there's camera people, and this will be filmed and edited and then released. But I will just be streaming the first 3 questions. And if anyone else has any other questions, just ask. Oh, it's good. We can't really have unscripted questions at a campaign event. It's probably not the best thing to be live streaming, you know? I probably can ask a question if I want to. Definitely probably can ask if I want to ask. I know, it is what an amazing duo to be together. I love that. Like, I didn't know that Mina Harris was going to be here until I came and I heard her name and I was like, so super excited. W Mina for being here. Yeah, this is a beautiful house. It's a little hot in this room though because of all the windows. It kind of feels like we're in a glass box. Like, or maybe that's my nerves. But yeah, it's beautiful in here. Yes, Arizona is going to be blue again. Absolutely right. And you know what's so amazing about this event? It's like all women who are about to talk about reproductive rights. Like, I get chills just because of that. Like, being in a room full of women who are passionate about reproductive rights. Absolutely amazing. All women and cameraman Manuel. Yes. No, there's probably like 5 men here, but it's, you know, I'm pretty sure the point is that this is a conversation for women. And if you guys saw the latest Time Siena poll that came out on Monday, specifically Arizona was one of the places polled, and it was like, regardless of party, likely voters in Arizona, I think 52% say that they approve of abortion being codified in the state. So I think this is a very timely conversation, you know, and a very important conversation. So I'm glad we're doing it. Because this is how we're going to get people out to vote in this state. Abortion is on the ballot. This is one of the 10 states. Abortion is on the ballot, and we are going to turn out the vote with that. They just keep moving people. Everyone keeps just trying to sit where they want, and then they just move people.
Anybody here that's with Alinea Aguilar's team? Alinea Aguilar?
I know, dual camera is awesome, isn't it?
Attention real quick. I need you to take your phones out. Silence them, please.
So we center ourselves here. It's hot outside. There's a lot at stake coming this November. And I know everyone in this room wants to know from you, what do you think is on the line? What should folks know at home? What should folks know here in Arizona and across the country?
Yeah.
What's on the line in November?
Well, there's a lot on the line in November.
Right.
First of all, hi, and thank you so much for having me in this beautiful home and for you being here using your incredible platform. I mean, I don't think there's anything that deserves our attention more right now than what's going on, and Arizona matters. We know Arizona always has the opportunity to decide the outcomes of elections, and so we're here. There's a lot of us in Arizona, and some of you constantly, day in and day out on the ground, keeping sustained dialogue with communities that are so deeply impacted by the outcomes of these elections. And top of mind for me, if you can't tell by my shirt, is our reproductive rights and our reproductive freedom. I mean, it's terrifying what's on the line right now. Arizona's been on the front lines of Trump's attacks on reproductive freedom with the current ban that is creating chaos and confusion, which is particularly harmful to communities who depend on places like Planned Parenthood for all of their sexual and reproductive health care. And what's great news is that this November, Arizona gets to get to the polls and vote for a state constitutional amendment that would protect those freedoms, Prop 139. So everybody needs to know about that. And I heard the news that your ballot is 4 pages long. And we have to remember that for a lot of people, that's pretty intimidating.
Yeah.
And so we can't let something as important as you securing your reproductive freedoms get lost in the fray. We need to communicate that to communities and demystify a lot of the intimidation of voting. So we've got a lot of work to do in terms of educating, but even so, even when Arizona turns out and protects your right by voting yes on Prop 139, a Trump presidency would be a complete disaster.
Yeah.
Trump could take action to ban, would be a complete disaster.
Yeah.
Trump could take action. They have a very detailed plan to do so. So repro health is on the ballot, up and down the ballot. We have to obviously send Kamala Harris and Tim Walz to the White House to protect our rights there. We have to send Ruben Gallego to the Senate. We have to vote on important propositions. So much is at stake locally and nationally here in Arizona. So that's what's on my mind.
Yeah. I mean, I couldn't agree more that this fight for reproductive freedom, and really all of our freedoms, is one that's happening from the top of the ballot all the way to the bottom, right? Those citizen-led ballot measures. But it's also deeply personal, right? You mentioned Planned Parenthood. I'm a Planned Parenthood patient, an advocate for Planned Parenthood and reproductive rights, and I'm also a born and bred Arizonan. And I think folks here in Arizona, who we were all faced with something like an 1864 abortion ban, the threat of a near total abortion ban, and the people in this room, the women in this room, know what is on the line, and it is our job, our duty, our responsibility to communicate it to the rest of the country, because like you said, the reality under a Trump presidency and Project 2025 is the possibility of a national abortion ban, right? And so I want to hear from you as well about Project 2025.
Yeah.
What should folks here in Arizona, women across the country, be concerned about with that agenda? And you know, we know that policies that affect women affect our families. So what should our families be thinking?
Yeah, and affect our economy, and affect our climate, and affect everything we care about.
That's absolutely right.
And I think one of the scariest parts of this moment is they're saying the quiet part out loud. You know, the part where you're like, well, they would never do that. Yet they're telling us they're going to do it. And we should believe them when they say it, when they say it out loud. Project 2025 promises to use every lever of federal government to attack women's reproductive rights. Trump and Vance want to eliminate abortion in all 50 states without the help of Congress. They want to limit access to birth control, and they want to prosecute doctors who would send or receive abortion medication in the mail. they're telling us exactly what their plan is, and for it to be enacted would be an incredible devastation and nightmare for women here in Arizona and across the country. And as you said, would have ripple effects on all the issues we deeply care about.
Yeah, you're so right to say that, you know, when we talk about abortion, it's not just one issue. It is an issue of economy, right, as well. It's about women reaching their full potential. And when we look at something like Project 2025 that seeks to restrict, I mean, the basics, contraception, exclude things like Plan B, emergency contraception for no cost coverage under the AC. I mean, this is extremism to the highest degree.
Yeah.
And it's deeply unpopular, which I think is something we should note, that the folks in this room, we are the majority, right? They are an extremely loud minority, and we're gonna show them that come November, for sure.
Yeah.
Another question for you, Donald Trump and JD Vance, they've been out there on the trail, running their mouth, you know, as they tend to. How do their comments make you feel about what policies Trump and Vance would propose for women? And how does this presidential election affect reproductive health care, sort of going a little bit deeper on things like contraception, IVF in Arizona? Is there any comments that have stood out to you, really jarred, you know, they're saying the quiet part out loud?
I think that the truth is they're not going to stop there.
Mm.
If we think that, I mean, not that any of us want what they're saying to happen, but that's not the limit to where they're willing to go. Women's rights and women's well-being is a target of theirs. I mean, they go so far, JD Vance has gone so far as to say that women should just stay in abusive marriages. So where does it end? Where does it stop? You know, I think that they are out there running their mouths, but they're also out there telling us what they plan to do, and we need to listen. And we can't roll our eyes or just make jokes about it. We got to vote.
Right.
And we got
The memes aren't enough.
The memes are not enough. We've got to vote, and we have so many days till registration deadline, so we have to be out there registering every last person to vote. Early voting begins October 10, 11, 10? October 9th.
That's right.
No misinformation
No
here.
That's absolutely right.
Early voting begins then, so it's really important that we get out to our communities at early voting and try to get some of those blockages that keep people from voting on election day out of the way. So we have work to do, and there is so much, you know, yes, we have to show up because the picture of what the nightmare that could materialize in a Trump Vance administration is devastating, but also we have so much to hope for. We get to vote for Kamala.
Bring us there. Bring us
We get
there.
to vote for Kamala Harris and Tim Walz, folks who have spent their entire lives protecting us and protecting these rights. And so for me, I'm hopeful, I'm energized. Yes, we can talk about what's scary and what we're afraid of, but we also have the power and the potential to make sure that our future is the one we want for ourselves, the ones we want for our babies and everyone coming after us. So we gotta get to work. That's what we
We've got to get to work. That is absolutely right. We've got to talk to our friends. We've got to knock the doors. We've got to make the phone calls. And you should be an early voter. Don't wait. Don't wait to go out there and cast your vote in person. Get it done now so they can stop calling you and knocking on your door.
And then on election day, give someone a ride to the
That's
polls.
absolutely right. Give a few
Go
people a ride
knock
to the
on
polls.
doors, remind people if you voted, stand at your coffee shop and be like, have you voted yet? Like, be annoying on election day. Get your vote out of the way and then go get other people to vote.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. And I love that you talk about what we have to vote for. I think this is an election where there's so much to vote against, right? So much to fight against, but there is so much to fight for. And you know, I'm 24. I'm born and raised here in Arizona. Recently moved back, and I think so much about the potential of the young people that live here, right? And what it means to vote for people like Kamala Harris and Tim Walz, who are going to put in place policies that are more than just getting by, but a real shot at getting ahead. And I think when I look to young voters, first-time voters, right, who have the impact, the possibility to really change this election, I want them to know that there's something to fight for, and their future is worth fighting for. And they have people, advocates.
Yeah,
who are
and
doing
the
the right
truth
thing to do
is,
that.
and you know, this campaign is not about Kamala Harris. This election is not about Kamala Harris and Tim Walz and Donald Trump and J.D. Vance. This election is about you. It's about people your age and younger, what you're going to inherit. I don't know how, in good faith, I can raise a daughter in a country with fewer rights than I have. That makes no sense. This is our time to fight, and it's your time to fight, and so we have to show up in this moment. And so much is possible if we can get above the politicians who are weaponizing our issues for their own political gain. We have so many problems to solve. We can't be going backwards. We got to deal with climate crisis. We got to deal with the economy. We got to deal with jobs. Immigration is not an obstacle to solving those problems. Immigration is a tool for development. We need politicians who understand that, who won't just talk about, hateful rhetoric that endangers people's lives, but who have the capacity to think of solutions. How are we going to face what's coming? Because sitting around talking about concepts of a plan is not going to stop what is already in action, which is problems that need our energy and our minds and our best foot forward. We got to turn to that. And we need elected leaders like Kamala and Tim Walz who have been doing that their entire lives.
Yeah, and it really has been their entire lives, and I think that is one of the starkest contrasts in this election. We have this power-hungry millionaire who's never worked for a thing in his life, and on the other side, we have two people who represent the people of America, hardworking people, right? And I think when I look at Kamala Harris, I see so much of myself as an Asian American woman, as someone who's raised by a single mom, right? As someone who has been the first to do so many things. And what I am most excited about in this candidate is I think she embodies what it means to be fearless. And in this moment, it is called for. We need a fearless leader.
Yes. And even though the decision is so obvious and clear to so many of us, it's not to a lot of people.
Yeah.
And having almost nothing to do with the candidates, people are disenfranchised.
Sure.
They're disillusioned.
Yes.
They don't necessarily want to get out and vote, and the terrible cycle of it is they're the folks who are most impacted by the issues that are affected by the outcomes of these elections. So, we all have to think about how to have these conversations in ways that rise above the bottom line, which is really low. The bar has fallen quite low in our political conversation, and we need to bring it out of politics, make it about something bigger than even a candidate. And it's about what is real and what is true for us, and the future that we're going to have to live together.
And if there's someone who's watching at home, one of those folks who was thinking maybe they could sit this one out, or wasn't sure yet, or maybe one of those people who's busy between childcare and work, who the election still feels far away for them. What is your message to that person who's maybe just coming to this election, just coming to this fight, just starting to get those thoughts going? What is your message to those folks?
I guess my message to every American right now is that we are at a turning point, at an inflection point, not just in this country, not just for the human race, for our planet, but for the globe. And what happens here is going to have massive ripples and impacts across the world. Authoritarianism, fascism, turning back the clock on women's rights. If that happens in the US, what do we expect to see across the world? Are we ready to deal with the ramifications of that? We may not be able to solve all the problems with one election, but we can do our part to show up in this battle right now. And I mean, Trump said it best. He said, you only have to vote in this one election. And if you elect me, you'll never have to vote again. What more do you need to know? What more do you need to know? So that, I guess I would say that.
Yeah. In his own words, right? Yeah. Leave them with that. I think those are all of the questions I have for you, but I know we have some folks in the room who would like to ask some. Let's go right over here. Yeah.
I'm Rebecca Ryerson. Thank you for coming. I just started getting involved in activism, and I'm just curious, what do you find most fulfilling about it? What gets you jazzed up about it?
It's being with people. Honestly, it's community. We all get tired. The fights never end. The fights never are going to end. It's easy to doom scroll and get really down and exhausted and feel like what you're doing doesn't make a difference. But when you do it in community, you remember what you're doing it for. I think staying close to the issues, staying close to the communities most impacted by the issues, seeing how people fight because they have no choice but to fight. It is their lives, it is their livelihoods. They don't get to sit it out. They live it. That keeps me going. And I think that for anyone getting started, it is addictive because you feel the energy and the power of people coming together and saying, all we do is tell stories. We're telling a story right now. We're telling a story that these are chairs and this is a living room and this is an important conversation and who's worth listening to and about what. And we get to determine what the story we tell is. And to do that, we need each other. And so I would say to you, keep going and make sure that you have, even if it's just one other person that you're out there knocking on doors with, you'll keep each other in the game when you're tired and one person gets to sit it out. I remember Kamala saying after the 2016 election when she was just elected to the Senate, when so many people in the movement were so devastated and scared and tired of fighting for their own safety and protection, knowing that so much was ahead to fight. Kamala said that the fight for justice is not a marathon, it's a relay race. And we have the baton for now. And you can hold the baton and run your race and fight, and then know too that you get to pass that on to someone else in your community and take care of you so that you last, so that we don't burn out. Because thinking, oh, we're gonna elect Kamala and then it's all gonna be okay, it's just setting yourself up for a big disappointment because we have to keep showing up.
What a great reminder to do our part, do our best, do it where we can with who we have. We have another question? Yeah, right over here.
Thank you so much for being here and all of your advocacy. I know that all of Arizona really appreciate it. I am a mother to 3, and I know you are as well to 2.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of the conversation that gets left out is that a lot of moms also have abortions. 60% actually of women are moms that have abortions. And so I'd love to hear just how motherhood has really impacted your experience being advocacy around this and reproductive freedom.
Yeah, I mean, I've absolutely had my own moments of thinking about how much we're all juggling at any given time, and all the things we're trying to be, and the parts of ourselves we're trying to contribute to the world. And, in moments thinking, if I was pregnant right now, if I had another baby, I would have to make choices about who I get to be in the world. And also, putting myself in other people's shoes, that, what would I do if I was pregnant and my life was at risk and I had to make a choice about, risking my own life, leaving the 2 children I do have without a mom, and not having access that would save my life and save my 2 children's mother. Like, we all should put ourselves in that position because it's all real and could be us. And I think so much of staying engaged is about having a healthy imagination and imagining that what is a headline is actually people's lives, and what looks like a number is actually somebody's pain or somebody's joy. And so I think as a mother you can't help but use your imagination. Even when we want to turn it off, we're constantly imagining the worst and the best and all of it. So it feels deeply personal to me, even though I know I'm at the top of the privilege scale. It doesn't escape any of us.
That's so absolutely right. And I think we all this is a moment that requires a lot of imagination in its own way, a lot of creativity to think about what happens next, where we go from here.
Yeah.
I want to thank the folks who asked questions, and I think that's going to be a wrap for us, but thank you so
And I
much.
don't want to end on such a down note. I feel like
Leave us something hopeful, leave us something positive if you have it.
oh God, what's hopeful and what's positive?
What are you imagining? What are you creating?
You know what I left my kids to come and campaign, and of course my son was like, "Mine, no." And I said, because I have to go help Kamala. I have to do. We actually read Mina Harris's book, Kamala and Maya and Kamala's Big Idea, which is an amazing book that if you haven't read, get it and read it to your kids. It's one of our favorite books. And I said, Kamala has a big idea. Mommy, and she asked Mommy to help. So I'm going to go help Kamala with a big idea. And I think that that's the thing that we can't, it's not just about what we're fighting against, it's what we're fighting for.
Yeah.
And Kamala herself is a big idea. You know, the idea that Kamala exists, that she is where she is, that she gets to represent us from that place, and that we get to vote for someone like her. It's a big idea, and it's going to take all of us. And nobody can do everything, but everyone can do something. And you know, to get to live those values that we want to instill in our children all the time, it's a privilege, it's a joy. Fighting for our rights and for our justice and for the future of our children and those coming up, it is a privilege.
Your responsibility, certainly.
Yes, and there's so much joy in it.
Yeah.
We get to be here together and remind each other why we're in it and give each other energy and uplift, so we do what's got to get done, so that we win, and we will win.
Because when we fight,
We win.
when we fight.